This podcast may contain questionable language, will contain spoilers, and is constantly being followed.
Hello and welcome to episode 236 of MovieDrone. I'm hot off a 14-hour stint, Steve.
Can't do the maths, Mark.
Ah, dear. What do you mean? We're being stalked? Or
No.
followed?
No, you'd like to think, I mean, could prefer to Twitter, couldn't it? But it's not, mate. We're dog sitting, puppy sitting, things like a fucking Bogie. I cannot get up and go anywhere without it 2 inches from my leg. That includes at work. It's coming to work with me in the office.
Oh.
And it can be snoring, like it snores a trooper. And I think I just get up and get that document I've printed off the copier. I lean over, it's up, it's there, sitting looking at me.
It's good though.
It's like a fucking Bogie.
Yeah, it's good. Oh, Ralph does that. Ralph
I forgot how boring my dog is and how great he is.
He's just old.
He is, but he's so great. Like, I can move, I can go upstairs, I can do anything I like. He don't even know I've gone. It's amazing.
Yeah, I've got mine's like that. Ralph's like that. He's all over just everywhere. You know, I think he just expects to be food and stuff and play and things. I've been knackered and I've been feeling a bit. I feel guilty because he wants to play. So like, I'll sit there and I'll get home and obviously I've been working a lot and I'll just sit on the sofa. I think, I've got like half hour before I've got to do something. And he keeps bringing his toys over. And I actually feel guilt.
Oh,
I feel
mate.
guilt.
I laid on the floor and played Free in the Bed with her last night. I kept singing it and she was actually ready for the bit where I went, roll over, and I kept rolling her over. And she was actually getting into the song. It was lovely. I'm never having a bitch, though.
Right.
They are a nightmare. Like a dog, you think he needs a wee, them things would piss up anything.
Yeah.
They don't care. You walk 5 yards down, they've pissed out. I have to walk around. I'm like, I know you need a wee. Come on. They just don't wee, mate.
Don't they?
Fucking nightmare.
I think they do it on purpose.
Probably. But I'm walking around.
It's weird though, isn't it? No, it ain't weird. Like, obviously the bitch dog not wanting to do that. Whereas every time I take Jill anywhere, like, we drive just down the road,
I need a wee.
And then we get there, I need a wee. And you just had a wee. Just had a wee when you left.
I mean, I assumed earlier because he kept crying at me. And I was like, right, I've fed you. You've had treats. I've took you for a walk earlier. I've put water down. I made sure everything's all right. I'm assuming you need a wee. So I'm just wandering around with this fucking dog. I was like, mine walks out, pisses up anything you like.
I mean, we'll go on holiday and have like a 2-3 hour drive and we'll stop at services and she'll go, are you going to go to the toilet? I go, no, I'm an adult. I went before I left. That don't go down well. That don't go down well.
No.
I wouldn't say that, no.
Anyway, mate, oh dear. I've got a bit of a man cold.
I mean, I didn't ask, but...
No, it's nothing, mate. I've not upgraded it to man flu yet.
No?
No, I've not upgraded it. I don't want to peak too soon. Got to leave some left in the tank, and so it's just a man cold at the moment. I've discovered Albus oil capsule things that you chew.
Oh,
They are fucking rank. They are the worst thing ever invented, but they are nice.
Worse than Fisherman's Friends?
Yeah, much worse. Yeah, they are really, really chewy, like they get in your teeth if you try and chew them, and they are foul. But they feel like they do something.
Good.
But, see if we upgrade it. But we got up Sunday, mate, and made soup and bread.
What, from scratch?
From scratch, mate. Soup and bread. Made
Leftover one?
chicken noodle soup.
Did you?
And because she's a glutenite, we made some gluten-free bread.
All right, that's a ball ache, isn't it?
It is, mate. I'm not going to lie. Learned a few lessons. Needs a bit longer proving, but we got a decent quality bit of bread out. Yeah, mate. We both agreed. I think after because I was like, we ain't seen each other for a little while. I've been really busy. I was like, let's spend some time together and make soup and bread, and we'll have a nice lunch. But I think we both realised it probably weren't worth it. If I'm honest, like the soup was nice, but it's good as what you could buy. Bread was nice.
But a ball ache. It's a ball ache doing bread.
It's a lot of ball ache. I'm not going to lie, mate. It weren't. I don't find it that relaxing cooking with someone because I always want to be where you want to be. They're always stirring stuff you've just stirred and
I thought
stuff.
you got a new kitchen for that.
Yeah. But you like try and get in a drawer and they're leaning up. can I borrow your knife? Well, no, I'm using it. Get another one. Cooking's an individual thing for me. It weren't as fun as I thought it'd be.
I do the prep. Yeah. Jill does the cooking.
I mean, she's very good at cooking. Very good. But we just have our different ways. Like I like to go to the recipe that they've written up. She doesn't, apparently.
That's like Jill with directions. I like to follow the sat nav, and she doesn't.
Yeah. It's just like, I'm just going to chuck this in.
Right.
And then we had a totally different idea what a chicken noodle soup was.
Right.
Totally different.
I don't know how that's possible, but
apparently.
Okay.
But yeah, it was nice. How's your week been, mate?
Certainly the highlight this tonight.
Yeah.
Certainly. Dishwasher's busted still.
Yeah.
Still ain't got the part. Weird, isn't it? You know what I mean? You tell them when you ring them up what part, what's wrong with it, and they still ain't got the part.
Depends what's available, mate. We're having real issues with parts at the moment.
Are we? So that I ain't got your present yet. No. Just to let you know, Christmas present. It probably will be. I mean, I'm hoping it'll be a Valentine's present. Okay. Maybe you could do something. Maybe it'd be Valentine's present.
Oh, that'd be nice.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it? I mean,
it's hyped up, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Yeah, it's not going to be good, is it? But yeah. But anyway, it ain't come yet, and she's not answering the call. I might have to get a refund. We'll have to see. Tim update. He drove the other night. Yeah. Well done, Tim.
Good man.
He didn't have a drink. He drove, so he got to experience the lovely turning.
Did you stay all night with him?
No, I'd left by the time he got there. We didn't. Well, I managed to impart a part of myself on Jill, so it was actually like a lot of her friends were there. Not many, sort of like my close friends, but a lot of her friends. I managed to get her to sneak out. We didn't say goodbye or nothing.
Brilliant.
She just left.
Best way, isn't it?
Brilliant.
You seen Jill? No, I haven't actually. Oh, perhaps they went.
She just had to send a text the next day saying sorry about that. But, it was good. Anyway, Tim turned up later. Apparently, he drove.
Oh, you didn't actually see him then?
No.
You was literally gone before he got there.
I was in bed for him.
Brilliant.
Yeah. But he done well. He's doing well at the moment.
Good on him.
FilmBusters.
Yeah.
We had fun, didn't we, last week? Wasn't it great? So it was a bit of a surprise for everyone. A bit of a surprise for me as well. But no, I knew I was going on. I was a bit gutted. I was a bit tired. I was getting all my actors messed up, and I didn't do very well.
I was getting my words mixed up, mate. I was listening to some going, well, that was the wrong word, Mark.
Yeah. I got the actors mixed up on Ravenous.
I got Charles Manson and Marilyn Manson mixed up, so don't worry about it, mate.
We've done well.
Yeah,
done well.
Let's
put them down the ratings. Get ourselves above them. But thanks very much, Paul and Ben, for having us on. We really enjoyed it, and the episode was good fun. And that's it. Work shit. I've done a 14-hour day today. I don't know what's happened. I've got
that's it now, though, isn't it? You're all done. Well, you can all chill and relax.
No. I've still got the bloke off. I've still got to go in all the days, 6 days a week. But I mean, it's all for the greater good, isn't it? People need bananas, apparently.
So he's a high value item, mate. It's a high value item. If I can't get bananas at the supermarket, mate, do you know what I do?
What?
I just move on and get something else.
Apparently they do say that the quality of bananas affects people's buying of fruit and veg. If the bananas are really good,
I think
then
I'd
people
agree.
spend more on fruit and veg.
I think I'd agree, because they're always in the forefront, aren't they? You walk up and the bananas are there.
Yeah, I'm going to have to send out some shit bananas. Slow it down a bit. Slow down, get a recession.
Get it going.
Yeah. So, mate, got any thanks?
Yes, mate. I've got thanks to Tim, to Little Nick, Right Stuff Reviews, Keith Noakes, WTM, Mike and Oscar, Jamie, Irwin, Lee, and Soundtrack Your Life.
Is Lee back in then?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he obviously made a Pokemon thing, didn't he? He said,
he did.
Told you. He say he doesn't do it anymore?
Yeah.
Did he?
Apparently it's, as Sophie would say, inverted commas, for the kids.
Right, okay. I think he maxed it out.
I'm up to level 16.
I reckon he maxed it out and he couldn't do any more, so that's why.
I'll be honest, I'm tempted to delete it because I'm out of Pokeballs. When you first get it, they give you all these Pokeball things. Now you have to go to places, spin your thing to get your Pokeballs. You only get a couple. It's a lot of fucking ball ache. Or you can buy some. I ain't spending money on it.
You'll end up buying them.
No.
Definitely.
I don't know.
So thank you very much, everyone, for those retweets. I've got special thanks this week to Jill, Cassie, Jamie Russell, Glyn, Shaun Panda Nicolson, Emirate Movies, LJ Human, Ian McIntyre, Mr. Positivity, Ryan, Karim Helliwell, Dave Horrocks, and obviously Ben and Paul from FilmBusters.
You little legends.
Yeah, thank you very much, everybody, indeed. Promo.
Hey there, I'm Eric. And I'm Brett, aka Mr. Positivity Wolfie T. We at WTM Watch This Movie talk about old movies, new movies, We do breakdowns. We do top 5 lists. We also rate movies that we've recently seen on our unique rating system. That's right. We're available on most podcast apps. You can check out our website at WTMWatchThisMovie.com. And you can check us out on Twitter at WatchThis_movie. We'll check you later.
No, you put my hand up to stop you then.
I was gonna go in then. Brilliant. So that's our friends WTM Watch This Movie. Got to say, Mr. Positivity this week, his list of bald protagonists, which again I got wrong. Antagonists is bad people, so I've done my list wrong. Protagonist is just like a normal person, so I stand corrected on that one. So, but his list was much better than mine.
Yeah, better than mine. I know.
Fucking hell, wasn't it good?
There's some really, really good ones. I can't remember who put it. I can't remember whether it was. Was it Ryan put his in? It was Cyrus the Virus.
Right.
And I was like, man, how could I forget that? And then Mr. P come in and I was like, oh, man, we did shit. I'm not going to lie. I panicked a bit. I panicked. Mr. P and Eric keep sort of going, oi, where's your promo? Yeah, we're on it.
We got one.
Yeah, we got one. Yeah, you know, petit papa. Ooh, MovieDrone, papa.
That'd do.
Yeah, we will do one, but in the meantime, we're going to keep playing yours.
It's because you I won't let you get your guitar out.
Yeah,
that's what it is. Because it's going to be like one of them, isn't it?
Well, you're not getting your cornet out, so one of us has got to do something.
Ooh, said the vicar. Oh dear, the old postcard humour. So so WTM, watch this movie. Recently seen episode. They're due to start their movies of their youth that they do each year.
Cool, black and white, I'm guessing. Yeah?
Not me, they're talking about. But yeah, so great. Thank you very much, guys. Please listen to them. I just want to apologise to all the great podcasters at the moment. I have not really been keeping up with anybody.
Really not, mate.
Because I haven't really had a commute and I've been working such stupid hours, so I've been asleep like quite a lot.
In fairness, mate, I've struggled a lot because it took me 6 hours to listen to an hour episode the other day.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Jesus, people leave me alone.
But I will catch up. So I will catch up with WTM and catch up with FilmBusters, etc., etc. So please listen to our friends WTM Watch This Movie. Go on then.
Welcome to the Marc reads some film lines in some similar voices and Steve has to guess the film from the lines read to get points game. Hashtag what's that film?
It's quite embarrassing going on someone else's podcast and getting like fucking ones and zeros.
Yeah, I love that people like it though. I know we're useless at it.
Yeah, I wasn't overly good at those films. Ferris Bueller.
Glyn got a 5 on that one.
Did he?
Yeah, and I think he got a 3 on Memento.
Did he? Yeah.
I should have got Memento earlier. It's not been that long since I last watched it.
Yeah, I haven't watched it for many a year. So yeah, it's difficult though. It's difficult. I like the way that it keeps reminding you how difficult it is.
It is difficult. I don't deny it, mate. It's only easy if you know it.
Okay, so who got what and what was it last week?
It was arachnophobia.
Yeah.
Amazing how many people haven't seen it, mate. I tell you, I let down Paul, not seen it, 0. Emma, not seen it. I think it's because it's got spiders in, 0. Glyn got a 3. Gill got a 2. Ryan got a 5. Right. Karim got a 3. LJ got a 5 and a bonus point for the topicalness. I'm giving it to him. Julian Sands.
Yeah, I know. Where is he?
If I knew, mate, I'd tell him. Yeah. Because they're still looking for him, Paul.
Weird, isn't it? Poor sod.
Told you, mate, exercise, not good for you.
You're right.
I keep saying.
You're all right.
I ain't going missing. That's the one thing you can rely on. I'll either be sitting in my office or sitting in the lounge.
Decomposing. Lovely. So what you got for us this week?
5 points then, mate. What's the film? Only thing you need to know is the job's real and the money's real. 4 points. What's that film? I now pronounce you Man and Knife. Man and Knife.
Have I seen it?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know how many times, but...
Right. Okay. No, I don't know.
Certainly this and the other ones. Oh, clue. 3 points, mate. What's that film? You know it's not easy being your friend.
I've heard that a few times. No, I don't know, Mark.
2 points, mate. What's that film? We're both mercenaries. We're both dead inside.
Fucking hell.
I'm not sure I would have got this one, if I'm honest.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You're such a
I've seen it quite a lot as well.
You're such an idiot.
Yeah, mate.
Is this like your Wolf of Wall Street one where none of the quotes are even fucking anywhere
Who knows?
memorable? No, I don't know.
1 point. What's that film? Who's next? Rambo?
Is that it?
Who's next? Rambo?
Should I? Is it obvious?
Nah.
No.
No. No, it's not.
Oh, fuck it.
It's
There
far
you go.
from obvious, mate.
Right, brilliant. So there we go. I blanked. That's a blank for
yeah.
me. I'm pretty sure it's probably an hard one.
I'm not sure how many are going to get it, mate.
Right.
I think number 4 is your clue.
Is it?
That's the one that's going to give you your clue.
Okay. So if you can do better than me, if you think you know what it is, and please let us know by DM and how many you got.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yes, mate.
This is it's going to take a bit of editing this.
Yeah, a little bit, eh? Missing out one section so it's shorter for you, and then just, just fuck it up. Great.
If I just leave in all the mistakes and you just pad it out, wouldn't it? And people just say, oh, fucking hell. And that'd be it. So, mate, we had some questions in. I think we're running out a little bit.
I've got one for next week. We're going to do a Valentine's one next week. Ryan's already sent one in because Valentine's, I think it's like on a Tuesday or something.
What are you doing? What are you doing? You do Valentine. What are you doing?
No, we're not. We got that murder mystery weekend thing, haven't we, that we booked in?
Oh, when are you doing it?
I think that's next Friday.
Oh,
I
I'm
think.
so looking forward to. Are you dressing up?
I don't know.
You're dressing up, aren't you?
I don't honestly know.
You're dressing up as the what is it? Mrs. White, the cook or something.
I don't even know what the plan is.
You got
mate.
the hair and the beard.
I know I've picked chicken. That's as much as I know.
Oh, you have to
I don't
dress
even
up.
know where it is.
You're dressing up. So, so, mate, where can people send questions?
They can send them via Twitter, which is @movie_drone, or via email on moviedronepodcast@hotmail.com.
Excellent. So, moving on.
Yeah.
This is the next section. This is the section that we love to call
Question time.
Question time. Time for the question time. Question time. Time for the question time.
Dum, 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 dum.
Probably have to blame me for this one.
Yeah.
Because, I ain't had a lot of time.
No.
Have I?
No.
So, and I know that it's probably not up in your wheelhouse, this one. So, who's it from and what's it about?
It's from Shaun again, mate.
Yeah.
He's double header. And he always says, our top 5 movie wizards.
Not really in your
I
wheelhouse.
don't
this
like
one, is
wizards,
it?
mate. I'm going to be honest.
When I chose it, I thought I could probably do that. A limited amount of time just before I have to go to bed at like 6 p.m.
Yeah.
I thought I can get that one in, and then I just had a little chuckle. So no,
Yeah, I don't like wizards, mate. I'm more of a witch fan. So perhaps witches would have made a better question.
Maybe you
But,
should have just
I
done
don't
witches.
decide
You do what you
people.
like. Maybe you should just put done witches.
Oh,
Just-
let's see.
Just so you didn't understand it. or something. So what you got then, buddy?
Right, my number 5, mate. Firuza Balk in The Craft. She was a female wizard.
Have you done witches?
Hey? No, turns out I could only find one kind of wizard, dude. So I got witches as well, because I don't want to be sexist. That's why. I believe in equality. So she's a female wizard.
Right.
Firuza Balk, she had a very interesting look, didn't she?
Scary,
Yeah.
but like attractive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? She was not sinister, but there was just something behind them eyes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Pain. Death. So I've got my number 5 is Gandalf the Grey
All right. What's he from?
from The Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
I was going to choose Saruman because that's the bad one. But I thought, Gandalf, I'll choose it.
Genuinely never heard that word before in my life.
I'm going to make you watch it.
Sounds like a lyric from a Queen song.
What? Does it?
Scaramouche. Number 4, mate. Blair Witch. I mean, that's a film character that may or may not even exist. That's clever, isn't it?
There's a wizard, is it?
It's
Or is it a witch?
female wizard.
Is it?
Yeah. Female wizard.
I've got one that's a little bit topical. Warlock.
From?
What's Julian Sands again?
Oh,
The film
okay.
Warlock.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like 1980 something.
Right. And he was Warlock the Wizard.
Yeah, he's a warlock.
Okay.
Warlock is a wizard.
I
isn't
think I've heard of them things, weren't they, on that little game that people used to play at school, and they used to paint the little figures and move them around and
it? Maybe.
stuff? Yeah.
You never done that?
No, I don't.
reckon you fucking have. I reckon if I go to Maidstone and go past Warhammer.
That's it.
Warhammer.
Yeah.
Then I'll see
Is that
you.
still there?
I bet I'll say, is that still there? I bet you're in there.
Well, the kids got Dungeons and Dragons for Christmas because one of them watches Stranger Things. The other one thinks he likes Stranger Things even though he's never seen it.
Tim had to learn how to do Dungeons and Dragons for his kid Sam. Yeah,
right.
Which
I
found amusing.
Well, I said I'll play it, but only if I'm the dungeon master. So let's see. But that's still in the boxes.
Give with Tim.
Yeah.
Give with Tim. Yeah, you'll have
go on a quest together. Yeah.
I'll go with you. Yeah.
My number 3, mate, the Sanderson sisters, female wizards.
Sensitive. My number 3 is Lopan
from
Big Trouble in Little China.
Okay.
You seen that?
Years ago on VHS, I think.
That's good, that. That's good.
From what I remember, I definitely need to revisit, though.
Yeah, it's good fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
Good fun, that one.
Okay, my number 2, mate, the head female wizard from The Witches. Originally, it was Angelica Houston, wasn't it? She was a scary motherfucker as a kid. Telling you now.
The Witches, have I seen that?
The one where they turn them into mice. Did you
make me watch it?
You got little Jean Oryx as the good witch.
Did you make me watch it?
No, I don't think so.
I ain't in it.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, she was a scary mofo.
Was she?
Yeah.
Right, good wizard. Oh, yeah. My number 2, is it?
Yeah.
Mickey Mouse from Fantasia.
Okay. Yeah, not a fan of that.
That's a scary film, right?
Yeah,
I think it's
I had it on VHS when I was a kid. Didn't go much on it.
Do you know what? 1940, that is. 1940. I think that I thought it was quite sinister.
Okay.
That film.
I can't say I remember enough about it.
Making the broomsticks walk and do all their shit and that.
It's all like music and stuff, wasn't it? Yeah, no words. Shit, wasn't it? Number 1, mate. Apparently, according to Google, this is a wizard. Now, I think the name gives something different, but apparently Jareth the Goblin King is a wizard.
Right.
And I didn't need much convincing because I needed a wizard. So
at least one, yeah?
David Bowie from Labyrinth.
Right.
With his balls in his hands, flicking them around.
Okay.
Loved it.
I bet you did.
Look at all them wizards I found.
My number 1 is Tim the Enchanter from the Holy Grail.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. I saw that one and thought, Steve, I like that.
I watched that recently.
Yeah.
It's very, very good. Section. I like the one where they have the witches in that. Burn the witch. That one.
She's a witch.
She weighs the same as a duck. When she goes in the water, and she does. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I've got Voldemort as a honourable mention.
Okay.
Obviously, you know Harry Potter. That all wizards. You could have had them. Yeah, maybe could have had someone from Harry Potter.
Could have done, couldn't I?
I don't think Hagrid's a wizard.
No, is he not Harry? Still killing it.
What was that line that you did?
I don't know, wasn't it?
No, I can't.
He's a wizard, Harry, or something like that.
That was one of my favourite ones when you come out of it. Fucking amazing. Oh dear, the fun we used to have.
Oh, no. Anyone else got any wizards that you think I might know?
Or any wizards at all?
Any wizards at all? Let us know. I mean, I'm going to put it out there. You might guess I don't like wizards.
No.
There ain't that many wizards, I didn't think. Lots of witches available.
Yeah.
Not many wizards.
Okay.
Not a wizarding world, mate.
Won't be going to Harry Potter. Won't be getting Harry Potter on the computer all night when it comes out, or going to Harry Potter World then recently. No.
She did mention it about a year ago. We should do Harry Potter World with kids. I am keeping that quiet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I said nothing.
Might get that mentioned.
Yeah,
it'll be fun.
You do it.
So I had fun there. Thank you very much, Shaun, for that question. Sorry, Mark didn't have any wizards at all. So, mate, we saw a film.
We did, mate. We saw a film. It's currently 7.8 out of 10 on IMDb. It's a 12A, 1 hour, 42 minutes. Builds a drama with a synopsis of Sophie reflects on the shared joy and private melancholy of a holiday she took with her father 20 years earlier. Memories real and imagined fill the gaps between as she tries to reconcile the father she knew with the man she didn't. Got a $3.2 million gross on this one, mate.
This is starring Paul Mescal, Frankie Corio, and Celia Rowson Hall.
This was 2022's Aftersun.
Clip.
Why don't you go over and introduce yourself?
Dad, they're like kids. Why don't you go over and introduce yourself?
Sophie, they're like old.
Think you'll ever move back to Scotland?
No.
Why?
There's this feeling, once you leave where you're from, that you don't totally belong there again. You okay through there?
Don't you ever feel like tired and down and feels like your bones don't work? Like you're sinking?
We're here to have a good time, eh?
There we go. So up for loads of awards. Mr. P don't like this one.
Not at all, does he?
No, not at all. Which is, I mean, it's not surprising. I don't know. It's quite a difficult one, isn't it? It's not like a film, really. You know what I mean. It's not like much happens.
I've struggled to process my feelings on this one.
I suppose you have to be in a certain mindset, or possibly have some sort of connection with what they're going through and stuff like that, maybe to get a bit out of it. But mate, what did you think of 2022's Aftersun?
I thought, mate, it was a beautiful film. I thought it showed off the father-daughter holiday thing really well. I loved going along with them in that holiday. I love watching them, spending time with them. I thought the characters were fucking brilliant. But I don't feel there was enough to truly make me sit up and fully empathise with either. And it made it a big investment with not an awful lot of payoff immediately. Right. We will get on further onto why I think they've done that and why I think that's actually really clever. But overall, I was always waiting for something.
Right.
And it never came.
Okay. I related to this a little bit because I had, obviously it alludes to the fact that he was like in the rave generation and such, like it would have been when I was going out, like early 90s or whatever. And he had, when he was sort of like 19, I had a friend that happened to, like Summer of Love, went out like to an all-nighter and met a girl, and that was it. He had a kid. That was it, yeah. And it sort of went the same way. So it was sort of something that I could relate to. So I imagine it's a very poignant film to some people who are sort of on the periphery of their father's lives. Yeah. It certainly will touch some people more than others. Yeah. And I'm probably along the same lines as you. And I thought that the use of the video camera made me feel that there was more going on off camera than that we weren't being shown. Yeah, I think that was the use of the video camera that sort of threw me off a bit. And I thought, there's loads of stuff going on outside of that screen. But what was it? I don't know.
Yeah, I tend to agree, mate. There was a few bits that sort of flicked away from the use of the video camera. Obviously, it wasn't all on that, because it does say she sort of imagines and fills the gaps in between. So this is her memory of what may or may not have been happening. But for me, mate, the thing that stole this film was the fucking acting. I thought they were amazing. If you would have told me this was a genuine home video, I'd have had no reason to disbelieve you whatsoever. Yeah, I mean, that kid was fucking brilliant.
She was really good. Debut as well. She was really, really good. And not once could I say that I didn't believe them to be father and daughter.
No, me neither. Like I say, I thought I was watching someone's, and I enjoyed it. Like, do you know when you sit and watch a home video? I thought, yeah, this is great. I was just waiting for... I thought that was our lead up. She was going, is this doing anything? And I was like, look, just chill out. We're only in Act 1.
Well, this is the thing, though, isn't it? If you are that sort of person that does look at characters, and you probably get a bit more out of it. I sort of enjoyed it more, I think, because I didn't have to think about it. I was quite tired at the time. Like I say, I've been trying to fit stuff in. So I could just watch this like a home video, but there's enough there, I think, in the character development and the stuff that's happening off screen and the stuff that we're alluded to with his mental health, etc. If you want to get more out of it, I think you can look a bit deeper.
Yeah, I mean, we got his mental health thing. It was so subtle, though, but you can assume that he was struggling to let go of his previous relationship. There was still something there. To cope with her moving on. We never found out who she was moving on with, as well as the separation from his daughter. But for me, there wasn't enough that showed me what he was missing and what kind of person he really was.
I actually probably got a bit more out of that than you, because I was obviously around at that sort of age, and that era and that this what we called a rave generation and everything has stuck with everybody who was in it very, very much. There's lots of groups with thousands of people just saying best time of my life, wish I was still back there. So I could actually relate to if they were trying to put the point across that he misses those times when he was young, free, single, going to these parties, whatever, getting off his head and go, you know what I mean, just generally enjoying himself. I'm around on social media with people that are exactly the same, that can't let go of that and the things.
That's really interesting.
That's a different part of it that I got from it.
Yeah, see, I didn't take that.
Well, I mean,
this is that's what I'm saying. It is really interesting because
there is a saying that you had to be there.
Yeah.
To know how much you missed those times, you have to be there. And it's just a well-known thing with people who are there.
Do you think he was sort of almost on a come down?
It's difficult to explain what it was like in the early 90s with just the fact that everybody was rebelling and everybody was, it was love. Everyone was just completely, you'd go and you'd have 30,000 people, there wouldn't be one fight and stuff. It was just absolute. And it's very difficult to move on away from something like that, that's that big part in your life for those few years. And I'm surrounded by people on social media that are struggling exactly the same as him. Their life now is not anything like it was, and it actually made sense to me what he was going through to a point. Yeah. Obviously, there's certain bits of it that don't relate to me, but that part was something that probably related to me more than it related to, say, you.
Yeah, I mean, I never got that at all from it. My thing was that he was almost felt disappointed in his life, that he wanted to be a proper dad. He didn't want to miss her, and he actually felt like a failure.
Right.
But actually, it makes a lot of sense, and it's a really interesting thing to think that actually he was on the come down, and actually this is what my life is.
Yeah.
And look what I've come from. Setting was good though, wasn't it?
Turkey.
But just one of those hotels, clearly before the Maddie McCann thing, because you could perfectly acceptably let your 11-year-old wander around.
I mean, I don't go to the kids ones. I go to the adults only ones. So, like, yeah, a bit of a.
I suppose you didn't go when you was younger, because I probably didn't have airplanes then, did
I went to Yugoslavia when I was 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, before it broke up, before the war, just before the war, into a bit that's now Croatia. Yeah. I went there when I was 12. But I wasn't really an outgoing sort of social young lad like this young girl. No,
she was
as
great.
You can imagine.
Yeah.
She was brilliant. I mean, I loved the age she was at, where you could see that she was longing to go and play with the younger kids. Yeah. She wanted to do it, but she was intrigued by the older kids. Yeah. And obviously the older kids.
Exactly what we've got going on with the bigger one of the little ones now.
Is it?
Because she sort of like, we went to a party not so long back, a family party, and it weren't till the end she actually got the courage up to go up to her older cousin, and she ended up staying there while I come home and went to bed.
Right.
Because she was like, I haven't said hello to Maisie and blah, blah, blah. And we're like, well, come on then. And she was all shy, and actually they all took her in and she was having a great time. And it's those sort of things, it's nice to see them growing up a little bit and how they make friends. It's so easily make friends.
Yeah.
Like someone comes and introduces themselves to me, I'm like, don't know if I can trust you yet.
I mean, there was certain bits in it. She was obviously sort of old before her time. She understood her dad's money worries and that.
She picked clothes up off the floor, mate. That was a shock to me. I didn't know they could do that.
Well, when she lost her scuba gear and all that, was quite... he obviously was trying to brush it off, but she could tell that it was bugging him because of the money. Weird that he went and spent the money on the rug, which, just watching him go back and spending it on that. Made some good scenes. I didn't quite understand why he did. Because you don't know all of his situation, it alludes to the fact he's got money troubles and mental health troubles, but it doesn't actually give you reasons for it, does it?
No, of course it doesn't. It's one of those, it doesn't give you a lot of anything. I don't feel it answers an awful lot of questions. I mean, we assume he's depressed. We get that from a couple of scenes.
I think he probably gets comfort in spending money.
Yeah, it's that sort of little high, isn't it? That thing of doing it. And I mean, we assume he committed suicide after. I think that's what we alluded to, but again, not confirmed. Because at one point, I mean, there was lots of ups and downs with his character, but they were so subtle. Like we had the Tai Chi thing, but then he was doing reckless things like hacking his cast off. He was standing on the balcony. He went for a scuba dive with no license. And it did make me wonder if it was going to happen through the film, because we had the scene where he went into the sea.
Well, I mean, I think it was the karaoke that I first noticed that he was starting to get, because if your kid's up doing karaoke, generally you wouldn't be doing what he was doing, which was sort of, you could see he was very stressed in his face. And it seemed like he was turning, and that was sort of before he went out on that bender. That shot of him walking in the darkness into the sea, and they holding just that thing with the waves coming over for about a minute. Yeah, we were talking about filmmakers not having good camera shots and ideas, didn't we? We said about Olivia Wilde, and that was nothing interesting about Don't Worry, Darling. Something like that, although it could be seen as a bit arty, was a fantastic trip into his mindset. Fairly simple by just having him walking towards a black sea, you know. I thought that was a really good shot.
I mean, it was, because I think it left it open ended at that point before we got to the next shot. Yeah, because part of me, I say died inside, but part of me was like, "Fuck, she is on her own, sleeping in reception, waiting to get into her room, and he's gone." Like there was no thing of he hasn't done it or he has done it. You just didn't know where we was heading to. And it fucked with your head a little bit.
I like the fact it didn't mess with her head, though. She didn't care. Well, she was strong enough to not give a shit, wasn't she?
Yeah, I mean, she was... I did like the thing where he actually acknowledged it and spoke to her like a grown-up and was like, "I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done that." And she was like, "It's fine, don't worry about it." No, but I shouldn't have done it.
Yeah, their relationship was great.
It was amazing. I'd love to have that real bond relationship with... Like, a daughter you could just take on your own. I don't think there's many men out there that would be happy taking a child on holiday and have as much fun as he did. I think he had a particularly special bond with her, and I think that was really shown well.
Did her little love story remind you of meeting Cassie? Is that what you said to her? "I quite like you, do you like me?" That's what I thought. It was quite sweet. I imagine that's how it went, did it?
No, I don't think so.
"Quite like you, do you like me?" Little kiss. Thought that was quite sweet.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was just that thing where they can just make friends so quick. It just blows my mind. And even watching the older kids take her under their wing, or I know they was stepping over the lines. Yeah, I thought there was going to
be some sinister bit in there.
It did feel it, didn't it?
It did, yeah. It did make you a bit uneasy a couple of times, but I'm glad that it never went there.
No.
And then we ended up having that sweet little love story. His breakdown after they'd sung "He's a Jolly Good Fellow." Yeah. You could actually feel the pain in his crying. Yeah. You could actually feel that. I thought that was
he was so
pretty good in that. Yeah, he was.
He was so good, mate. I think overall I found the first watch a bit frustrating. Right. Because like I say, just that payoff not being there. But this one has stuck with me for days. And you know, like there's a few films we've watched recently where I've watched it and I've gone, yeah, that's cool. And I've gone to do my notes. And I can't remember a lot about it. I think I can remember nearly every scene in this film.
Really?
And I think that says a lot. I think that says a lot for a film.
I mean, it's not something that I can score absolutely massively. No. I think, because I didn't dislike it and I didn't absolutely love it. It was nice for me. It was nicely paced. I probably could have fallen asleep a few times watching it because sometimes it was fairly slow. Yeah. But there was enough there to keep me going. And the thing that makes it better for me is that, as we discussed earlier, I can understand where he's coming from, but with the actual sort of like rave bit, etc., and that part of it. So that's why I got a little bit more out of it than I imagined that I would.
Yeah. No, I mean, for me, best scene was the final dance scene. Right. I thought that was so beautiful when they got back and they was having their final dance in the hotel.
Is that the under pressure one?
Yeah. I thought that was, again, like you said, with the camera shots and bits like that, I thought directorially it was exciting to watch as well.
Yeah, I think what they'd done. I think direction was really good.
For me, there was a few clunky edits throughout, like lazy pans and stuff like that, where it sort of, they was doing trying to go from day to night and stuff like that, and the camera would come down the side of the bed but wouldn't quite go out before it come back up. And there was a few where it looked a bit amateurish, but some of that I thought was really, really great.
I suppose you can't really put someone down for trying.
No.
For trying interesting shots when there's loads of people who are not bothering at all.
I think the biggest issue I had overall with the actual production of it was the sound.
Right.
I thought some of the sound mix, their accents were strong. I did struggle to completely understand them. But I think a lot of that was in the sound mix.
Yeah.
I thought at points it was difficult to fully understand.
Right.
I don't know about you, whether...
No, I thought that it was... I mean, I didn't particularly notice. Not really. I sort of understood enough of it. I would have thought. Cool. Yeah, I didn't find it really heavy. Not like Rabsy Nesbitt or nothing. You know what I mean? That might have been a bit of a struggle. I do prefer them to be... These sorts of films to be a bit more gritty. I actually prefer Florida Project. Certainly American Honey, which I don't... It's not sort of exactly the same, but it's like one of these sort of like on the periphery watching people do stuff. You know, it could almost be shot through a video camera, couldn't it? The Florida Project, I thought was a bit grittier, and I think I preferred it. Definitely preferred that one.
Okay. I think I'll come to terms with a point that I've convinced myself I like this a bit more than I initially thought.
Right.
Obviously, we got the two leads, and I loved everything about... I felt everything they were trying to do, and I just thought there's got to be something better in this. And then it came to me like a flash of inspiration, mate. I moan about being too subtle on this. Like, we're not really given a lot. We've not really got a lot to work on. But I think that might be the message, you know, because we're alluded that he's suicidal.
Yeah.
But this is how this shit works. Like, everyone goes, well, he was fine yesterday. I saw him down the pub.
Yeah.
He was smiling. He was happy. Exactly what happens. It's not always obvious. It's not always manic depression. It's people hiding things. It's people being normal. It's these tiny little subtle things that people can pick up on. I mean, that's what I took from it. But I just think the lack of being in your face, I think, is the cleverest point. Because the audience, we all clamour for Hollywoodised action and thrills and drama and stuff like that. But I think if this is alluding to suicide, that is the point. You won't really see a lot.
No.
It's not all action. It's not all in your face. It's these subtle bits, and someone slowly ebbs and gets to a point you might not even know it's coming.
Yeah.
And for me, that puts a different edge on it.
I mean, we're talking like 19 years, aren't we? I think that she's, at the end of the film, she is about the age that her dad was when she was 11.
Yeah.
So you're talking like 19 years of not knowing what's happened. Yeah. So it's a long time for whatever.
I think we could have done with a bit more of adult Sophie, do you think? Would you have liked to?
Barely anything, was there?
No.
Barely anything. But I don't really know. No, I think the young Sophie was so good. I would
So
preferred her, to
fucking
be
good.
honest. She was really good.
Yeah.
Hopefully she'll do some more bits.
Yeah.
Is that it?
That's it, mate, yeah.
Okay, mate. You got a score on it?
I mean, if I was doing it for acting and characters, it's 100 out of 100. But for what I've got and what I've thought about, I've gone for 70.
Have you?
But I do want to watch it again.
Okay.
And that's not like a lot of films that I've seen recently.
No. I mean, I've got 67, as I said. It was good enough for me in the mood that I was in.
Yeah.
I couldn't have taken anything really that I had to think about, really. And but I did enjoy the parts of my life that it touched on.
Okay.
And yeah, I could understand those. I like the fact that I can understand that part of it and other people can't. You know what I mean?
I hadn't even considered
because
it,
it
mate,
also gives me like that feeling of I'm like, oh, actually,
getting Tenet.
No, but it gives me that feeling of I remember that, and it gives me those memories of that flashing light club and all that. You know what I mean? And brings back memories of my friend doing exactly the same thing, and how we took the piss out of him when we were younger. Yeah. And it gave me those few little memories. Very nice, very nice indeed. So I watched a few other things. Have you?
I've only watched one, mate. I've watched Windfall. It's a new thing on Netflix. It's got that Jason Segel in it.
Oh, right.
Jesse Plemons. I think they kind of made it together. Some other girl. I'm not going to say home invasion. It was all right.
Right.
It was one of them I said, this might be all right for homework, and then got through and was like, yeah, I don't want to talk about that. It was all right. It was middle of the road, 50.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. We've had a couple of things on. I ain't been watching a lot. I've generally been falling asleep on the sofa, but I managed to watch most of Hangover 3. So created the trilogy. It's the worst one, isn't it? But Bad Neighbours 2.
Okay.
I did laugh out loud when she said "big black cock." I thought that was funny. Just came out of it. It was brilliant. And I watched on the treadmill the other day. I watched some of the Pamela Anderson documentary.
Okay.
So it's quite weird watching Pamela Anderson with her boobs out while I was running on the treadmill.
Okay.
It was quite surreal.
Yeah.
But there we go.
Enjoyable. Do it again.
Oh, it's odd when I'll give it another go. Yeah, might as well try and finish it. just see how long it takes to how many runs it takes to do it. So it's not really the reason I'm running indoors, Jill. It's because I couldn't be bothered to go out. So there we go. So we'll watch those. Next week's homework. I'm not doing homework this week because I've been up against it a bit. But you gave me Worth.
I did.
I believe. So I'll be discussing that next week.
Yeah.
Next week's main. Now, I did manage to squeeze something in so that we could do a film that's relatively new, even though it's a few weeks older, because I appreciate that I've been shit and I haven't been going to cinema.
Shit, mate. You've been busy, that's it.
We haven't been doing anything new. So Border was fun, though.
Yeah.
Border was fun.
I got a good reaction,
Good review from Mr. P. You know what I mean? Enjoyed that. And I know that I know the other guys liked it as well. So I'm really glad that they joined in. And they had, I think that was quite good. I think they enjoyed the fact that...
even if they didn't necessarily liked it, they had a good opinion on it and it certainly stirred some emotions in people.
I do find some good ones. So I've managed to watch something a little bit newer just to bring the podcast into 2023.
You have, mate.
So what are we doing next week?
We're going to watch M3 Gan.
Megan, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what it's meant, M3 Gang? Because it's got M and then the three lines when you look at the thing.
Yeah, M3
really
Gan.
It's because whoever's done the press probably couldn't work out how to do those lines.
There's enough fuck about with the search function in IMDb, though, when you're trying to find it. You think, how would these twats write this?
Right.
But yeah.
You're not wrong. Try finding it on Twitter.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, you have to get it exact, don't you?
Yeah, bang on.
Now. Crap. So, that was it.
Yeah.
So, sorry that it's a little bit shorter.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You got sunning, stop whinging.
It's the highlight of everyone's week.
Yeah.
I think everyone turns off after watch that film anyway. So don't worry about it, my friend. But we'll do something a bit longer next week.
We will.
All right.
We'll see if it's worth it, shall we?
Yeah. So I'm going to go to bed.
Yeah.
I think I might sleep here.
Yeah, do it, mate.
It's quite warm in here.
I'm turning the heaters off.
Oh, yeah. Good. So, mate, say goodbye then, Mark.
Goodbye then, Mark.
See you later,
See you
everybody.
later. Have a good week.
Bye.
Sitting down last night, mate, and Cass said to me, she said, "You're not even listening to me, are you?" And I thought, that's a weird way to start a conversation.
Oh, dear.